up, YouTube? It's VUMBI Reacts over here, coming to you again with another video here. We're going to be reacting to a Watch Mojo video. This video is titled Top 10 People the FBI Are Still Looking For. There's some people out there just, criminals and stuff like that have not been found, for the things that they did. So we're going to watch here and figure out who those are, and then we'll give our comments and stuff during the video. Let's get it.
18 hours later, Herena's car was found abandoned about 8 miles from the Wells Fargo terminal. Victor Herena had vanished, along with every last cent of the stolen money.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 people the FBI are still looking for.
Being on the top 10 list, that's usually reserved for the Osama bin Laden.
For this list, we'll be looking at the worst criminals who are still wanted by the FBI as of 2023. Do you think these people will ever be caught? Let us know in the comments below. Jason Derek Brown. On November 29, 2004, an armored car guard named Robert Keith Palomares was approached by a hooded Jason Derek Brown. Palomares, who was in possession of the weekend deposit, was just outside an AMC theater in Phoenix, Arizona. When Brown shot him repeatedly, the latter then fled with $56,000 in cash and sped away from the scene on a bicycle. This bicycle was later found and lifted for prints, officially connecting Brown to the shooting. The FBI chased and nearly apprehended Brown, but were unsuccessful.
I believe he's out of the United States. I believe he's living a false life.
His last known whereabouts were in Portland, Oregon. In 2007, Brown was placed on the 10 most wanted list, but was removed in 2022, despite never having been found.
There was not one single corroborated sighting out of the tens of thousands of tips we received.
Ruja Ignatova. You may know Ruja Ignatova.
Yeah, some of these criminals, bro, when they commit like crimes, like, especially these big criminals that committing robberies and stuff like that, if they ever get away, I feel like those ones they can't find, I feel like they leaving the country and going to like countries like Cuba, like, where other countries where like the USA may not have like any jurisdiction or anything like that. That's what I would think.
Ignatova as the missing crypto queen, as she was the subject of a popular BBC podcast of the same name. Ignatova was the founder of OneCoin, a highly fraudulent Ponzi scheme involving cryptocurrency. It's believed that OneCoin stole something like $4 billion since it launched in 2014.
It was going to be like Bitcoin, bigger than Bitcoin, more accessible than Bitcoin.
While most of its leaders have been apprehended, Ignatova has escaped justice.
OneCoin is easy to use. OneCoin is for everyone. Make payments everywhere.
She was informed of increased police arrest in 2017 and promptly disappeared. 2 years later, she was charged in absentia with various forms of fraud. Ignatova was placed on the 10 most wanted list in June 2022. Bradford Bishop. As of August 1st, 2022, Bradford Bishop would be 86 years old and an American fugitive for 46 years. Bishop was an officer of the United States Foreign Service at the time that he would have killed his family. The deceased include his mother, his wife, and his 3 sons.
He told anybody where they were going, and people missed them.
Evidence led authorities to believe that Bishop took their lives, then disposed of the bodies in swampland before disappearing into the Appalachian.
That looks like the Griffin's family car from Family Guy.
Trail. He has never been captured, but various alleged sightings have been reported throughout the years.
One of the rangers noticed the car, and he thought that maybe it was a backpacker. They run the plate, and turned out that guy was wanted by the FBI.
The most recent occurred in 1994 when an old neighbor was said to have seen Bishop while vacationing in Switzerland. While authorities believed Bishop was lying low in the United States for a long time, it's unknown if he's still alive today.
Now, artificial intelligence can generate ad creatives automatically.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, there's criminals, man. If they're really smart, man, if they get away, some of them, they're smart enough, they can disappear just like that.
Izz al-Din. Born in Lebanon, Hassan Izz al-Din is, or at least was, a member of the Islamist militant group Hezbollah. On June 14, 1985, Trans World Airlines Flight 847, which was traveling from Egypt to San Diego, was hijacked, ostensibly by members of Hezbollah.
The situation is desperate. We are almost out of fuel. I implore you, sir, to cooperate and allow before we crash.
Hassan Izz al-Din was alleged to be one of the perpetrators, and he was placed on the original top 22 most wanted terrorist list, which was released by George W. Bush shortly after the 9/11 tragedy. Despite this, Izz al-Din remains free. He would be around 60 years old as of the time of writing. Simeon Mogilevich. The FBI has described Simeon Mogilevich as the most powerful and dangerous gangster in the world. It's believed that Mogilevich is the capo, or the boss of bosses, of the Russian mafia, which has an estimated 250,000 members in over 50 countries. Mogilevich is wanted on a wide variety of charges, including trafficking, homicide, and money laundering. He was added to the top 10 fugitive list in 2009, but removed in 2015. On the word of the FBI, Mogilevich currently lives in Moscow and enjoys freedom thanks to his close relationship with powerful Russian authorities. Purportedly, Mogilevich has allied with the likes of Vladimir Putin, previous Moscow Mayor Yuri Luskov, and former acting president of Ukraine Oleksandr Turchnev. The Khobar Towers perpetrators. On the night of June 25, 1996, Khobar Towers in Khobar, Saudi Arabia, was targeted by a truck bomb. According to the official statement put out by the U.S., those responsible belonged to Hezbollah al-Hejaz, a terrorist organization that hoped to overthrow the Saudi government. At the time, Khobar Towers was housing many members of the American military. 19 Air Force personnel were killed in the attack, and a further 498 people were injured. 15 terrorists were charged by the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia in June of 2001. Saudi Arabia soon claimed that 11 were in custody but refused to have them extradited. At least 4 men are still wanted by the American.
Yeah, some of these criminals, they ain't got no hearts at all, man. Like, some of these people maybe, like, you know, where they grew up, or, you know, just stuff they've been through, the military training in their countries, or whatever, you know, clans or groups that they're in. They mentally brainwash them to where they don't even have any remorse or any, you know, any bad feeling towards, like, they don't have, you know, they don't feel anything when they kill somebody or take a life or anything like that. It's crazy.
Government. Victor Manuel Garena. This man is responsible for what was once the largest cash heist in American history.
Investigators soon discovered that the daring theft was far more than a one-man operation. It had been masterminded by a Puerto Rican terrorist group that counted Victor Garena among its members.
Victor Manuel Garena was part of the Boricua Popular Army, a violent rebellion group with the goal of securing Puerto Rican independence. On September 12, 1983, Garena and other members of the Boricua Popular Army enacted White Eagle, the name given to a robbery of a Wells Fargo depot.
I'll kill you. I swear to God, I'll kill you. What are you doing? Shut up! Stand up!
The criminals walked away with the modern equivalent of $19 million. Most of the suspects were caught and arrested, but the FBI is still looking for Garena. He was a top 10 fugitive from 1984 to 2016, which is the record for longest time spent on the list. Yulan Adonai Archaga Carillas. A somewhat recent addition to the 10 most wanted fugitives list, Yulan Adonai Archaga Carillas is a drug lord operating out of Honduras. The assumed leader in MS-13, a criminal gang that is estimated to be composed of up to 70,000 people worldwide. Carillas is wanted on several charges related to organized crime. He was actually arrested back in 2015 and remained in police custody until February 13, 2020. That day, he was being transported from prison to the local courthouse in El Progreso for a hearing when armed MS-13 members broke him out.
He was captured and was being adjudicated in Honduras when his gang very violently got into basically a shootout with the police.
Carillas has not been heard from since.
Being on the top 10 list, that's usually reserved for the Osama bin Laden.
Alexis Flores. Born in Honduras, Alexis Flores came to America and experienced homelessness. He was hired by a Philadelphia man named Jorge Contreras in the year 2000, who employed Flores as a general handyman. A heinous...
Damn, imagine coming from, like, another country, coming over here for, like, the freedoms and, you know, trying to make a life, and then you end up homeless over here. That's crazy.
Crime involving a minor was committed shortly after, and much of the evidence implicated Flores, who was using the pseudonym Carlo or Carlos at the time. In 2007, it was confirmed that Flores and his pseudonym were one and the same, and he was, in fact, responsible for the atrocity. A federal arrest warrant was issued, but it has come to no good. Flores remains at large and a top 10 most wanted fugitive.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos.
Afternoon on February 26, 1993, when a van exploded below the North Tower of the World Trade Center. The attack didn't work as the terrorists intended, but was still devastating, killing 6 and injuring over 1,000. The main perpetrator was a man named Ramzi Youssef, who recruited Abdul Rahman Yassin to build the explosives. Yassin was purportedly picked up by the FBI and granted freedom in exchange for key information. He fled to Iraq, where he ended up imprisoned. Documents were, however, recovered following America's invasion of the country, which revealed that the Iraqi government under Saddam Hussein was housing and paying Yassin. He officially remains on the FBI's most wanted terrorist list and is considered at large. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified.
Yeah, so that's the video right there. Top 10 people that the FBI is still looking for. Yeah, like I remember, like it took a while to even find Osama. And, these criminals aren't, they're not stupid either, so they understand. Like, some of these people either went to school in these countries. I think they said Osama was here in the U.S. Like he was like studying here or something like that. So some of these people come in here and then they're studying, the ways of the, whatever country they're going to infiltrate. And yeah, so sometimes they get those ways of like, knowing how to hide when, when they're looking for them and stuff like that. And yeah, but anyways, you comment down your opinion. If there's any other videos you think I should react to, please put those in the comment section. Yeah, so videos like this will be coming. Just trying to have a different, like a diversity of, like different content for different people, to see, how to grow. And then aside from that, you have a wonderful day.